Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel Be Yourself. This is Dr. Rajni Sharma and today I will be discussing about the innate and acquired immunity or adaptive immunity. In the last class or in the last video I have discussed a brief introduction about the immune system, how from the BC era we have struggled to understand the term immunity and still struggling to understand it, and how the vaccine was discovered, how we come to know that our serum contain the antibody. So actually innate and adaptive immunity are the components of the immune system, and innate immunity is basically known as non-specific immunity. It is also considered as the first line of defense, but the major drawback about the innate immunity is that it does not develop any memory, which means whenever we interact with any particular antigens in our future again, then because of innate immunity we are not able to recognize it again. Rather, the memory which has developed inside our body is because of the adaptive immunity. As it is said that once a person get develop chickenpox, it is the very less chances to develop, they can redevelop the chickenpox. This is basically because of the memory cells which is present in their body. So the thing is that why we considered innate immunity as a first line of defense. Actually, there are various components of innate immunity like anatomical barrier, physiological barrier, phagocytic and inflammatory barrier. Anatomical barrier include our skin and mucus, which prevent the foreign particles to enter inside our body. So this is the reason why we call it as the first line of defense. So in this section I will particularly focus on the adaptive immunity, but in the next we will discussing more about the innate immunity, because it has four different components. We will be discussing each and every component of the innate immunity specifically. So let's move to the adaptive immunity. And along with the specific nature of the adaptive immunity, it is diverse in nature. Specificity I already have said you, and the major advantage is that it develops an immunological response and it has the ability to distinguish between the self and non-self. Let us discuss about the adaptive and acquired immunity, the features of acquired and adaptive immunity one by one. So why it is also known as acquired immunity? Because it is not present in our body by birth. Rather, it develops later on with in our lifetime when we interact. As we grow up, we interact different types of antigens in different types of environment, and our body start responding against those antigens. So as we grow up and we are interacting with different types of antigens, we acquire different levels of immunity, and it is quite diverse because it has a variable region present in the antibody, which we will also discuss in our later sections. And this variable region is very much specific that even the similar type of binding site will not be recognized by the antibody. Rather, antigens which is very much specific to the site of the variable region will be recognized and the immunological response will be stimulated. And as there are multiple and variable types of antigens, there is a need of variety of antibody to develop, and our cell has multiple number of genes to create the variability in the antibody, which is known as to develop the variability in the antibody, which we will discuss later on. Next is that it has the ability, or the second another feature of the adaptive immunity is that it has the ability to recognize between the self and non-self. As our body is also made up of cells, so if this adaptive immunity will start recognizing ourself as the foreign particles, then what will happen? Our own body cells will be died and we will develop an autoimmune response. To avoid that, the specific nature of antibodies or adaptive immunity will recognize only those foreign particles or antigens which enter inside our body. And after recognition, what will happen? It recruits different types of cells which will produce effector mechanism, and they will either kill these foreign particles or inhibit the functioning of these foreign particles. Some of this section I already have discussed in the introduction section of the immune system. Memory cells. So what happens after interacting, after recruiting the cells, and after having a specific immune response against the foreign particles which has entered inside our body? What will happen? A specific immunological response or memory will be developed, and this will remain inside our body until and unless we doesn't interact with the similar types of antigen again in our lifespan. So in the second time when we are interacting with the similar type of antigens, either our body will kill that antigens before showing off the symptoms, or it will, even if the symptoms develop, the body cells will be more active this time, that the time which we have taken the first time and the recovery time which we have taken the first time, that recovery time will be reduced because of the presence of this immunological response or the memory cells. So all these were about the adaptive and adaptive immunity. In the next section, we will discuss about the components of the innate immunity, basically about the anatomical barrier. So don't forget to subscribe and share my channel. Till then, goodbye and take care.